Hello everybody, welcome to the Wonky Angle, where I talk about electronic music, new and old. And, do you guys know that last weekend was my 1-year anniversary? Yeah, so I've been doing this music review thing for a whole year now. I was planning on doing something last weekend. I wasn't really sure what, but it turns out I couldn't really do anything regardless, because, I kind of went on a road trip with my mom and dad so that we could go and see my brother out in Wisconsin, who's working at a summer camp right now. So, what to do for 1-year anniversary CD collection? Yeah, that works. That works. Okay, so this is my CD collection. There's a lot of CDs here. I also have 2 vinyl records here. Like, we got Sounds from the Ground Alchemy and Orbital Omen Remix single, EP, whatever. Those are the only 2 vinyl records I own. But CDs. I can't do this while holding the camera at the same time. Hang on. You know what I'm gonna do is that I'm going to spread these out on the floor and show them off that way. That's probably a better idea, isn't it? Okay, so here we have the Orbital collection. Yeah, I'm a big Orbital fan, in case you couldn't tell. Here we got Green Album, Brown Album, Diversion, Snivelization, Insides, that's my personal favorite, Event Horizon soundtrack, Middle of Nowhere, The Altogether, Work 1989-2002, that's a pretty cool compilation, Octane, Blue Album, Ideal Condition, Live at Glastonbury. By the way, this is a live album. It's a fantastic live album. I really highly recommend getting it. It's got a DVD in it too. Like, there it is. DVD. This DVD here is fantastic. But anyway, then we got Long Range, Madness and Me. That's the Phil Hartnell solo effort. That's Orbital 20 with the unfortunate sticker residue there. That's Wonky, the one on my t-shirt. That's Pusher soundtrack, and of course 858 signed copy. Alright, so then moving on from there, there's also these 2 here. Next up, that's the Sound Information Collection compilation. I mainly got this for one Sounds from the Ground song at the bottom there, Central. Actually, it's probably not that special, to be honest, but cool nonetheless. And of course, here we got Bent, Program to Love. Wasn't the version that I originally wanted to get, but the song Ribbon for My Hair is on there, so that's all that matters. Alright, now here we have the full Sounds from the Ground collection, save for Alchemy up there. And let's see here, so we got Kin, Mosaic, there's also an alternate version of that album called Terra Firma that I don't have. Maybe I'll get that another time, I don't know. There's Natural Selection, Luminal, that's probably my favorite one from them. High Rising, Bright White Lights, Through the Ages, that's a unreleased tracks compilation. The Maze, Wider World, Ready Steady Slow, and Tribes. All pretty cool albums. I'm a pretty big Sounds from the Ground fan. Highly recommend checking them out if you haven't already. And here we have the Nightmares on Wax collection. Yes. So, like, we got Word of Science, Smoker's Delight, Car Boot Soul, Mind Elevation, In a Space Out of Sound, Thought So, and Feeling Good. Most of this CD collection is, in fact, artist discographies, or partial artist discographies. So, yeah, there is that. Moving on. And here, we have a couple of CDs from Ultimae Records, from various different artists. There's Ace Dana, Ley Lines, Asura Life Squared, Carbon-Based Lifeforms Hydroponic Garden. By the way, this CD in particular is the most expensive item in my collection. I purchased this for $80. Back on Discogs. This is a really dang good album, though. I'd say it's, for the original Ultimae pressing, I'd say it's worth the price. But just only barely. And their Solar Fields, Leaving Home and Movements. The Ultimae Records CDs are not cheap. I also have a CD of Hull Bauman's Human. I'm gonna superimpose a picture right here of that cover. That is coming in the mail, hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But it's not here yet, so oh well. And over here, we have Zircon Identity Sequence, which, that was also a lot more difficult to find than I expected it to be. And this is Future Loop Foundation, Memories from a Fading Room, which I basically discovered through the Flash game series Submachine, and has actually since become one of my favorite albums of all time. Pretty awesome that I have this, though. And that's the first row of my CD collection finished. Now let's move on to the second row. And here we have the collection of the Alan Parsons Project. Yes, probably my favorite, no. I would say my favorite classic rock band, but the Beatles do exist. Anyway, so here we have Tales of Mystery and Imagination, I, Robot, my personal favorite, probably the only one I would ever consider to be electronic, and just barely pushing Alan Parsons over to something that I might possibly review at some point. There's Pyramid, Eve, Turn of a Friendly Card, Eye in the Sky, Ammonia Avenue, Vulture Culture, Stereotomy, and Gaudi. And also over here we have this, sorry, little excuse, the Best of the Alan Parsons Project, which does not have a cover. It has a back cover. This actually is my dad's CD. My dad also has a fairly extensive music CD collection that's actually far more extensive than my own CD collection. And this is kind of from his archives. Unfortunately, the artwork is gone, though. Anyway, moving on to some other CDs of, like, more classic rock kind of stuff. And here's some kind of more rock CDs. Let's see here. That is the Moody Blues Gold. Yes, I actually am a big Moody Blues fan. And also a Chicago fan. That's the first two Chicago albums, Chicago Transit Authority and Chicago 2. That's a Led Zeppelin compilation, if you've obviously seen my Led Zeppelin t-shirt a couple of times. Really shame that my Alan Parsons Project t-shirt is kind of faded, and you can't really recognize it anymore, but I digress. There's the Jethro Tull CD compilation thing. And there we have Dark Side of the Moon, Wish You Were Here, and Endless River by Pink Floyd. And also over here, kind of that were kind of shelved next to them, are here these Kraftwerk, Minimum Maximum, and Daft Punk Discovery CDs. So yeah, moving on. And here we have my collection of CDs from The Orb. Yes, I have all the Orbital CDs and all the Orb CDs, because both are fantastic bands that you should check out if you haven't already. Now, alright, so there we have The Orb's Adventures Beyond the Ultraworld Deluxe Edition. I kind of wish I could get my hands on a vinyl of this CD, but unfortunately they are crazy expensive, and I could not possibly afford them, at least not at the moment. There is UF Orb, Orbis Terrarum, Orblivion, Cydonia, Bicycles and Tricycles, Okie Dokie It's the Orb Uncompact, The Dream, that especially is a great one, Baghdad Batteries, Metallic Spheres, C Better C. By the way, this CD in particular, first of all, it is a book, which is interesting, but more specifically, this CD I actually got on accident. This was actually, I originally had ordered this CD, Okie Dokie It's the Orb Uncompact, and I got this in the mail instead. I just decided, you know what, this is a good album too, I'll hang on to it regardless. And here we also have Observer in the Star House with Lee Scratch Perry and Moon Building 2703 AD, which I reviewed earlier this year, or back in 2015 when it came out. Moving on, and here we have my Air collection, of which I showed off over the course of my Air discography review, which is just recently completed, and if you haven't checked that out, I highly suggest you do. There we have Premier Symptomes, Moon Safari, Virgin Suicides, 10,000 Hertz Legend, Talkie Walkie, Pocket Symphony, Love 2, and Les Voyages dans la Lune, or Dans la Lune, whatever. This one, I think the inside is kind of broken, but whatever. Moving on. And here is the Hybrid collection. Yes, Hybrid, another one of my all-time favorite bands. Though maybe I don't quite like them as much as I did back in high school. They are still probably in my top 10 somewhere. Maybe. So, and there's their 4 albums: Wide Angle, Morning Sci-Fi, I Choose Noise, and Disappear Here. Wide Angle in particular is the first CD I ever got from Discogs.com and not Amazon. And I actually got it without a jewel case. Had to get a jewel case from my dad downstairs to put all the labels and CD in and what have you. And it's an old jewel case. Case in point. Crap. Alright, there we go. That's better. We're reaching the end now here. Only a couple more, so moving on. And here we have a couple of other random CDs that I have. There is Jamie XX in color. There is Moby's first album, Chemical Brothers Push the Button, and Aphex Twin's Selected Ambient Works Volume 2, all of which are CDs that I got as Christmas presents from, like, some music store in the big mall over by us, Woodfield. And, yeah, these are either from my brother or my parents. Which of them I don't really remember. Moving on. And we're reaching the very end here. Here is the BT collection. There we have IMA, ESCM. I'm not sure what this label here is all about. Something about that. I actually just got it like that. I I'm not sure what it's there. But anyway, Movement and Still Life, the UK edition, which is better than the US version, by the way. Emotional Technology. Focus, please. This Binary Universe. These Hopeful Machines. If the Stars Are Eternal, then so are you and I. Nuevo Muso Sabrosa. And A Song Across Wires. All very nice albums and worth checking out. Some more than others. And over here, to finish this off, the Avalanches, Since I Left You, and Wildflower. Recently, those are my two most recent additions to the collection. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I'm gonna put this back up here. There we go. So, that is my CD collection. Hope you enjoyed watching this. Yeah, so thanks for sticking with me for a whole year. Got 900 subscribers now, which is, for a channel that's only been going on for a year, that's pretty amazing, I have to say. But, yeah, thanks for watching. That's all for today. See you next time.